GSL.
Innovation has fallen 0-2 to Zest, and now the Protoss versus Protoss have started. Things are going to begin here with Stork up against Hero from CJ Entis, and we could see a bunch of PvPs back-to-back right now.
Well, we actually will.
Well, yeah, we're going to see at least...
We're going to see two
at least
PvPs
two, yeah.
now. No,
2 in a row.
Also at maximum of 2 in a row, because then we have the losers match, and that is definitely going to be a PvP.
Alright, yeah. 2 in a row, yeah. 2 in a row, and then... Yeah, okay, alright.
we are not sure yet about the consolation match. That depends on the result of Innovation versus the Protoss opponent that is losing this match in particular.
There could be up to 3 more PvPs, including this one.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
That's
Protoss players hate this map, but in a Protoss versus Protoss,
yeah, I don't think that
they're gonna have a 100% win ratio, I think, on this map.
Yeah, Protoss is gonna look really good on this map. I mean, right now we have Stork going up against CJ Entis Hero, and well, this game is going to determine who will face Zest in the winners match, since Innovation now already dropped down to the losers match of this group. Terran player is probably not too happy about the results so far, but he is not out of it just yet. If he wins 2 more games, 2 best-of-3s, then he can still go to Code S. He still has a chance there, but of course for now it's all about the 2 Protoss players on screen, and Daedalus Point being the first map.
We'll see if Hero... Well, he needs to get back into his seat. We're actually about to start. Hero, sit down. Thank you.
There you go.
You want to take his jacket off. He's getting serious. Stork, on the other hand, his jacket is basically like this trench coat, cape, puffy thing. Because I've seen those Samsung Galaxy Con jackets, man. They are big and they're long and they're puffy.
Yeah, they are. But I cannot understand how he can possibly wear this in the booth. I mean, up here it's actually like a little bit chilly, but in the booth it's pretty warm.
And can you move your hands like properly in that big jacket? Like,
well,
this is how he practices in the team
Hero
house?
seems to have some kind of problem. He was just waving to the admin, and I think, you know, from the looks that he gives, like he puts up, I think it might be something with the heat. Maybe it's too hot for him in there. Like something is happening. Like
he's like, I don't like the ceiling. You see him pointing at it. He's like, I don't like the ceiling. I need to move to another booth. I don't know what he pointed up there, but he's putting his headphones on. Might be ready to go. He might be good now.
Yeah, whatever it is apparently was fixed already. There was a really quick fix there. But right now, game number 1 is going to happen on Daedalus Point, so definitely a map that a lot of Protoss players are not too happy with. The thing is, like, if it's on the ladder, you probably, if you're participating in WCS, you're probably not going to veto the map. So you will play, so you get the practice experience, at least if you're in the green system where we don't have a veto. So you have to play that map, so they should be pretty... They should be trained on the map. They should have the experience here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And knowing that this is going to be their first map no matter what, and this is their Code A group, like this is the map they know for sure they're playing on.
Oh yeah.
There's no question they prepared, both of them, something really special for this. Possibly the most prepared map we will see this entire day. Alright, it's time. The players are ready. Stork versus Hero, Protoss versus Protoss, here at the GSL Code A, casted by Condor Wolf.
Stork versus Hero.
There we go, to the top left of the map we have our first Protoss player. It is Stork. He's going up against the Protoss player in this Protoss group, the 3 Protoss players in the Terran, and he's facing the first one, starting to the bottom right. We have a Hero for CJ Entis, and our first PvP of the day.
Stork, last season of Code A, had the best showing, playing all-ins that were really easy to scout. He has over 500 APM right now, I just wanted to mention. That's crazy. So you see how these guys got here. All of them actually winning their matches with 2 zeros to advance to Code A. And we'll see how Stork performs. Yesterday, Hero was able to all-in proxy against Super to win the ace match in Pro League.
Well, they also just back in 2013 played already. Actually, it was already in 2014. My bad, sorry. It was in on the 5th of January when they met each other in Pro League, and back then Hero was able to win the best of 1 against Stork. In general, Hero just seems to have the much more solid PvP. He has a 61% win ratio with roughly 40 maps played, whereas on the other hand, Stork with 25 played has only a 29% win ratio, which is actually really low.
Yeah, Stork is... He hasn't had the smoothest transition into StarCraft 2, that's for sure. And Hero's not afraid to all-in this matchup, but doesn't look like he's doing it this time. At least not with a cheese.
Yeah, the fun thing is actually that in Pro League in 2013, Stork played, I think, roughly 10 maps, 10 games in PvP in Pro League, and he won a single one. Everything else he lost. So
he had a pretty bad losing streak.
He had a very, very tough time back then, and since then, not a lot changed. He lost the WCG Korea qualifier with an 0-2 versus Hurricane. He lost in Pro League already against Hero. He lost in the preseason against Yonghwa. He had a pretty tough time in the matchup, and now it's really time to turn things around, because if he wants to advance today, he has to win at least one Protoss versus Protoss.
Well, Hero in this game kept his gas mining down to 1 gas for a really long time, so he has extra minerals that his opponent doesn't have, and that's why he's able to get both the stock and the motion core out much faster, not limited by those minerals. And his warp gate research is about the same time as Hero, so we'll see what his plan is going forward. I expect that Hero might actually try to expand, but on this map, it's funny that we talk about this map for being bad for Protoss. In this matchup, in the late game, that wide open ramp can actually play a big factor in the engagements of PvP. It actually makes for a better end game, I feel, for just... PvP is a matchup where it's so hard to actually finish your opponent off with the defender's advantage that sometimes it's just like, well, I guess they're not going to kill each other and we're going to wait until 200-200. In this map, it could be different. We have Twilight Counselor both players, and Stork starting to take some damage on his first Stalker. There's not only this Stalker, but a Zealot and the Mothership Core coming over to help out as well.
Yeah, he took already a lot of damage on that one, and that's always very annoying if you then later on go into a fight and both of them decide to go into the Twilight Council here. So we will see a lot of aggression in the game. That's one of the things that I really love about the new PvP.
Double gates. Did he see the gates? Okay, he did not see the gates, but this is exactly what I was going to say. Now that he's seen this, he might actually just go Dark Shrine, because he knows there's no scout for his opponent, and he knows he's up against Blink. So adding the Dark Shrine and going DTs is a great choice. It's all about the awareness, though, of Hero. Does he identify this? And he's actually coming here, and he's going to see it. Will he? Yep, he sees it. And you know what? This is, again, a Stork move, where I watch this and I'm like, Stork, you were pulling the most obvious trick in the book. And he just comes in here and he looks for it, and he sees it, starts a Robo, and now the Dark Shrine is cancelled, and he starts Blink, so he's basically just pressing the escape key to get behind. I mean, he's way behind now. The Robo is not only going to be useful against DTs, but also to get the Immortals out for Blink.
Yeah, he's like really... I mean, he's trying to mind game him like a lot. But yeah, he's falling behind by that quite a bit. So for now, we have already for Hero taking the expansion right away.
And he should be able to hold it. He has the faster Blink.
He has faster Blink, he has the faster robotic. So with everything, he is still a step ahead of his opponent. And so far, we have Stork moving out, but I don't think that he knows that there is already a base. He didn't scout it or anything. So the question for him really being, how is he going to react from here on out? Is he trying to get his own base? When will he discover there is a base and try to catch his own?
Yeah, see, this is the big problem for him, because he thinks that Hero's probably still going to attack him with an aggressive Blink play, which is not the case. And Hero's even going to come over and identify that the base here is not there and very late.
Yeah, but it looks like Stork is going to get an expansion here. He has the probe already around. He's just waiting for the minerals. But the probe for Hero is going to figure that out very soon. And he is quite ahead in that base. I mean, look at that. It's already more than halfway done before Stork even drops his own Nexus. And there we go.
Yeah, he even gets an Immortal out so much faster. I don't even think he made an Observer. I think he was just like, no, I don't need it. We'll get an Immortal out just in case you switch to Blink because you're Stork and you think that's what's going to work, but it's not. And like, yeah, he didn't get an Observer. He just literally skipped it to get an Immortal out just to be safe because he went for the Nexus. Now he sees his opponent's Nexus.
He actually has one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I don't know where it is. I just know
maybe
that
it just came out after? Like,
and he's building a second one as we speak.
Where is that first Observer? Did he just keep it at home? I guess that's what he did. That's why I didn't see it.
It's probably at home just to be safe in case there's like DTs. There's something that he didn't know, or just to like have a quick look. But now the Nexus is even being attacked, and he can comfortably Blink back. But at the same time, keep in mind we have Blink for Stork as well, and that's what he uses immediately to chase down one of the Stalkers.
There's the Observer. Okay, so
that's the second one.
I don't Are you sure? Where's the
He has
first
two.
one?
I'm 100%
Okay,
sure that he has two observers. There's
Okay,
one,
there
and I
it
think
is.
he moved out with the second one.
Observers build really fast, man.
They do.
They're really strong, I guess. I don't know. 2 more shots. 3 more shots here.
And he gets
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, so now he has a lead in observers as well. Gets another scout off. Hero that is with his own hallucinated Phoenix in the main base of his opponent. Has the better account in Immortals. Is ahead in the Harvesters thanks to his faster double Nexus for the double Pro production and the double Grower boost.
It just goes to show how fast his Robo was ahead. I mean, if he gets 2 observers out and he's got the better Immortal count, he's ahead with that. And his 3rd Immortal's about to pop soon. Stork is not out of this game yet, though, because like most Protoss versus Protosses, when you're behind slightly, because of the defender's advantage, sometimes that's negated, and you just go, all right, we're both going to max out. Who's going to have the better fight, and who's going to max out with a better composition? That's what will be decided. They both have Blink. +1 has started much faster here for Hero. I don't even think there's a Forge up for Stork yet. Oh, it is actually. So not as much faster as I thought.
Well, the thing is that he just is always a tiny little bit ahead of his opponent, and that could result in him just taking a fight later on because he has an advantage because of it. If you look at it, of course, it's going to like equalize over time every single time. I mean, we have like 2 Immortals for both of them. Hero had the faster one. We will have 3 for both of them in just a second. But it's just these small timings, and that gives Hero a little bit of an edge. He has the better economy just by a little bit. That will give him maybe an additional unit later. In the end, it's still going to come down to the positioning in the fight and to the actual unit control.
Yeah. This is the reason why Protoss vs. Protoss goes this way is because the armies are so strong.
Well, they actually deviate right now with the tech tree that they choose. We have the Templar Archive for Stork, and we have the Robotics Bay for Hero. So with that in mind, they are going down different tech routes, and so the game from here on out is going to change.
Yeah, it's mirrored to this point because you don't want to tech too quickly or you can die because these Blink Stalker Immortal armies are so strong. If you try to go to Colossi off of just 1 Immortal or just 2 Immortals even, it can be a little bit risky. It's just the 3 Immortals seem to be the way to go for these 2. Getting 3 out before feeling comfortable teching. There's just a little poke here by Hero. And because he has Blink, he knows he can put his Stalkers up there like that and just blink away. There's no way that he can be chased. He has enough sentries to force field any chasing patterns. He continues to scout. He's going to actually identify this time the Twilight Council and the Templar Archive being letting him know, okay, you're going down the Archon Charge Zealot route first, whereas I'm going Colossi, and I'm going to have my 3rd base faster.
Yeah, a lot faster at that. So he gets the 3rd base already, and this is really him just basically saying, you know, come at me. Show me what you got. I'm going to get my 3rd base right now. If you don't identify that and get a 3rd on your own, you will be forced to attack me, and I'm just sitting here trying to get my tech out. You can be aggressive if you want to. But Stork is now moving out with the probe on his own. He wants to get this expansion up. He scouted with the hallucinated Phoenix that there is a 3rd base for his opponent, and he's trying to make that happen. But that is not really going to work out for him, just because right now we have him in a position where he can't really catch up. So he drops the idea and moves out immediately with the rest of his army.
We had a wall there made by Hero with 2 gates and that cannon. He's actually now making 2 cannons. He saw that charge and he was like, I want to wall up my 3rd base. And I even cancel my gases because I'm probably not going to hold this base. I just want to get as many minerals as I can to make up for the cost of the attack that's coming at me and how much I committed to that Nexus in the first place. The extra gateways will give him a little bit more warp-ins as well. So he's just going to fight Zealot for Zealot because charge is helpful, but if you have Zealots to shield your Colossi anyways, the charge isn't as big of a deal. It's more so about finishing the Colossi off once you get ahead. And this is a very scary push coming across here. 3 Archons, none for Hero.
And here we go, making his way up the ramp. The Guardian Shield's immediately being used. The Archons at the front trying to just push the entire army back. Also, of course, the Charge Lord's doing a lot of damage here, but at the same time we have all those Colossi now that Stork needs to retreat, doing a lot of damage to his opponent on the way back. A few Zealots to the top left could mess up the entire economy of Stork, trying to go in there immediately, and Stork is backing off. He needs to warp back at home.
Yeah, he's warping back at home. He's actually going to commit disengagement. He's got a great concave here, and the Immortals on the left side could actually end his game in his favor. The Colossi on the high ground try to micro back. One goes down, another blink here, trying to save them, and he just got way too much.
Yeah, Hero is falling behind an army so fast, and even with him having that run by at the top left, I don't think that it's going to matter. The army size of Stork is just too incredible right now. There's so much aggression coming from the Protoss player in red. He's pushing Hero back, and Hero is just barely trying to hold on, but he can barely manage to survive here, and I don't think he will be able to survive for much longer. There's just way too much firepower for Stork.
Way too much firepower here for Stork. The two Colossi trying to kite their way back. It's just those Immortals, and he had a concave. He had an actual concave. Hero allowed that, and that cost him this game. Lose this match and drop 0-1 in this best of 3. Stork is not messing around. He saw a timing window. He went for it.
Yeah, he was actually, most of the time in the game, he was a little bit behind, but then he identified a chance and he took that shot, wins the game, and takes a 1-0 lead in the series, and he's really happy about it, as you can see. He's like, all right, step 1. Step 1 accomplished. Step 2 follows soon.
That's a sick feeling when you're able to win a Protoss versus Protoss where you had to cancel your tech after you were scouted, and you know you played a weird, risky opening from the beginning, and then you got caught out for it, and then your Nexus was late, your Robo was late, and you still are just able to identify this really crisp timing that you have to punish your opponent. And I feel part of this is really Hero's mistake for allowing that engagement to happen. He could have just sacked the Nexus and walked away and got a better setup for his Colossi, but instead he allowed the Immortals to get so close that his Colossi couldn't shoot because they were walking back. If your Colossi aren't shooting, you might as well not have them.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, they move slowly, and they need to be doing all their damage all the time, and if you left them there, they've been killed by the Immortals anyways. So Hero lost, he's lost a lot of engagements recently where he just is not set up for the fight that comes his way.
Hero was looking pretty intense there for a second. It was like, I mean, he is, in general, the better Protoss versus Protoss player, but that doesn't help you if you lose the most important series in WCS, and that is a very important one right now.
Yesterday, he lost a game to DRG in a very similar fashion, where he just had a big Protoss death ball, and he didn't pay attention to where his opponent was coming from, and suddenly he lost his whole army to just a few fungals in DRG's concave, and DRG was like, wow, thanks, man. And Stork's gonna have a similar feeling. Stork set up that engagement perfectly, and Hero did not, and that cost him dear. Those Immortals doing so much damage.
Yonso is going to be our second map in the Protoss versus Protoss. Stork with the lead here in the series. Hero has to be careful, but I mean, he's not out of it just yet. He has a solid PvP, we all know that, and he is definitely in a position where he can take 2 wins from Stork. But nobody wants to go up against Innovation. But to be honest, like, Innovation also has to step it up a little bit from what we saw in the last game. I mean, Zest already showed that Innovation can be beaten in a Protoss versus Terran, and I feel both of the players that we see on the screen here are going to be very confident going up against the Terran player as well. But nobody wants to go into that losers match. Both of them want to go straight into the winners match and just show what they can do there.
Yeah, definitely true. Yunsu is the map. The Hero has chosen a 2-player map. 1v1 here. Stork up a game in this series. If he takes the second one, he'll go to the winner's match to meet Innovation. Can Hero tie it up? Let's find out right now at the GSL Code S Champions.